Hello, guys. Welcome back. Yeah, let me take this off and save that and go back to what we left. And this is what we left. So, last video we implemented this take us quite a lot of time and went on to implement some utility that was not available in the standard library API. So, here in the last video concluded that we're going to implement tests for all these operations. So before the implementation, I want to follow sequence. So I would like to start from the init itself. I've already written one here. So, but then I'm going to restart again. So first of all, I want to um, test this out. So there are two things. You can't export this because it is a move initializer. It can't also be used by the package outside this model, and it cannot be called. So for instance, we can have a function now. Um, let's call the function call init. Um, then do init this way. Yeah, that's the init guy. I'll try to pass in ctx as usual. Yeah, ctx. Um, this and try to build. See if we can do a little bit. Um, try to build. It's going to show some errors. Let's see what the error is going to be. So yeah, initializer cannot be called directly. So instead of doing this, we preferably change the function name. So we get the real sense, which is to simulate init and simply copy whatever I have here. Do it here again. Simple as that. And some persons will ask me why not come here and write this function and do everything in the test. When you're trying to create this, probably that will be for another video. I wouldn't be doing this now. Let's just stick to the game, which is to have a traditional bank on chain. So we want to test this first function, right? That creates the CFO for us. So we have to write a function that will be public. Can limit it to this package. Just test, right? Just test. Then um yeah, more reason why I have to put it in a package because it is just test. So no one can use it aside you in this package. So let's just leave it this way because if we don't do this properly, someone can seamlessly come here and call this simulate function and get the actual. So we don't know. So we're just trying to be careful. Let's go back to the test. What we want to do with the test is we want to write a test and write a function and say test init and so um ctx is going to be um let me take this from dummy. I think I'm right. Then if I'm right or wrong, can't remember. Let me check to be sure. That's a good thing with having all this here. Quickly check it. tx transition context. Yeah. Find dummy. I don't know. Just trying to be sure. Okay, yeah, it's there. So Yeah. So I want to get a CTX. So why am I doing this? It's simple. The reason I'm doing this, I'm trying to get CTX so I can actually test transaction context, right? So I can call the other function from here. So I can call the simulate init and pass in this. So I have to put a mute here because from bank. So it's bank. Skip all this. Stressing me out. Okay, cool. So is the problem. So valid call of expected one argument. Yeah, I'll give that in now. So um mhm. How do you want me to do that? That way I use CTX. I for you. So what you want. That's correct. Um, valid argument of part. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, this simplify everything. So now, how do we actually check for the init? So what happens here is whoever that is going to run this transaction will have a CFOCap. That's what is going to happen here. Whoever that is going to run this transaction is going to have a CFOCap or deploy the transaction, right? So we'll have to find a way to test that, right? But from here, we've actually run that. So the next thing I want to do is to create, I think I want to create a scenario. Mm, Then another thing I want to do is sender is going to be CTX. That's in the, yeah. So transaction scenario, let me check that real quick. Scenario, yes. Okay. Test scenario. Test scenario. Test scenario. Test scenario. Test scenario. come on, let me quickly check something here. Mm, yeah, no, testing errors, testing errors. This one, yeah. Come on, how come it's no tests? How come no tests here? Come on, cool. So, okay, I'm gonna take it. I'll be needing it here, and test scenario. Oh, again. So the crazy part is this. Takes me to where? And it's not here. The problem. So the sender, yeah, sender. So start a scenario and so it works. So now in this scenario, what I want to do is to call this in here, right? That's what I just did. And after doing that, I want to check if it exists. So I can do scenario, not this scenario. Can do scenario next passing my next scenario, I guess. Mhm. Sticks. I think I need to pass the sticks and stuff to confirm it. No. Begin right next. Okay. Okay. So the next scenario, the sender is going to be let's call the sender to be this person, right? And what I want to check if I want to check if CFOCap is present in that person's address. So CFOCap. So I want to get this scenario. Let's see what they have. I'll take scenario. Let's take from address. I'll take this. So bank. See, come on. Kids was working. CFOCap. Yeah, I'm bound. Let me check this. just sender. Uh, so um I'm not going to assert this. It's simple. If this exists in, it will just say it exists, right? And yeah, if it doesn't exist, it will tell us that it doesn't exist. There's nothing to assert really because this doesn't have any unique stuff. No. So yeah, I don't want to drop it here. Let me return it. So can this scenario return? Um, return. I wouldn't get it that way. Okay, I need to return it with this. Let me see all the possible functions. Return, return to suggest. So, so just return to the sender. If I don't return this, it is going to show that there's a value. So CFOCap returned successfully. Then scenario. Let's end. Let's end this. That's all for all. So this should remedy the whole thing, right? Well, let's see. Let's see. Tests. Am I testing? Tests init. If it fails, it's still going to tell us the reason why it failed. Simple. Go with that. Init pass. Then we can see some stats. See what is going to cost us in terms of gas fee to have initialized system. So this is what's going to cost us gas. So that one of the usefulness of doing the test. So that works. So practically this video we're going to just do unit testing. So integration testing will be more of implementing, integrating the whole flow and running it once it's a test. So let's head up back here. We've satisfied for init. The next thing is the create manager, right? So we have to test this. So we'll have to create a manager, have to have that cap and passing this. So want to do this. So um, I want to go straight a bit. You know what I mean? So the honest truth is we need this guy here. So all we're gonna do now is simple. We're gonna create one, send it in here. That's it. So we're gonna do a little bit of integration here. First off, we want CTX, right? We table CTX, and then we want to get a sender CTX next. So mhm. Yeah. So still complaining. What's the complaint? Let's see. Invalid argument for CTX. Let me check. But it's collected as CTX. Okay. Reference. So it should complain for this. So it's simple. We just need to create CTS. Um, yeah. Let's create a scenario. Right. Scenario. This scenario. So because the transaction definitely start by somebody initiating it. That's why I'm passing this at the beginning of the test scenario. So slow. So to create this again, take this, let's shove it in here. Then scenario dot next this transaction sender same sender. So this transaction I want to take out. So this curly braces are actually called blocks, right? So this block shows that this is a different transaction block where I created the CTA CFO cap, and this is another block of transaction where I'm trying to use what I've created earlier on. It's actually still right regardless of how I write it because semicolon have ended it, but then that's not the case now. So I want to get this out. So let me just take it. So I'm going to take from the sender to make it easy, and CFO cap. Yeah. So let's let me check this guy takes in just a scenario, so no need. So this savages the issue. So I don't need to pass in because whoever that started this transaction has been the sender, so I don't need to pass in there except if I don't have. So what I want to do is get it out as X. What is X is CFO. So pass it in here. So this enables me to create a manager. Then we have to check it returns a manager actually. So manager cap is what we got here. So we've gotten a manager cap. Yeah. So the same way we test. From here we just integrate a manager cap. Yeah. Let me see if this remains. Cancel it. No, cancel it. Just this actually need to pass in. Let me see. Invalid argument for underscore. Hmm. Okay. That's because it's just to read. That's the reason. Um, it's not an ownership. What this means earlier was that I've created the CFO and I'm transferring it to this function to own it, whereas it is a reference, so just a borrow to read. So down here, having this, what do I want to do next? So since I have this, I have to transfer it to um an address, right? So I think I need to do a transfer. How is this transfer done? Let me see. It's supposed to be something for test. Transfer is transfer regardless. And let me see if it works with this manager card and recipients. Okay, so what I want to do next is let me do this and manager accounts is going to be okay. Let me just do it for the top to for organization sake, so everything gets have a structure. So manager cap um I'm just gonna give it at 0 1 2 3 and stuff's there. I think that's fine. So I want to transfer it to manager accounts. Come on, intelligence, help me. So to make my work faster. Okay. So I'm getting okay. Oh cool. Okay. Okay. Another rule, forgotten about that. Can only this will only work the transfer only will only work when I'm manipulating transfers for a model that for an object that's creating inside a model. Yes. I wanted to do this because it just had only UID and nothing else. It wasn't having a store, so I was thinking just transfer over. But I've forgotten the other rule. Store constraint not satisfied. Hmm, good. Mm-hmm. This was a test transfer. Check. Uh, okay. Let me do this. So no. What's the test again? The test is just to create this, right? It has been created. I think that satisfies the purpose. That satisfies the purpose. The greater end. So this has been created. How do I start the creation of this? I need to send this to an address. That's what has to happen. So I'll write a function in here to transfer that. So I'll call a function transfer transfer. Oh god, it's hitting the wrong keys. So on transfer observe I'm not putting in any ampersand. So recipient. So okay, it's working slow. So transfer is going to work now because it's within the model. So ManagerCap and the recipient. So I want to call that function right now. So let me call the function. Put it in here. So, so this cap is no more here. It's inside it. Then I have to repeat this same context of check. So scenario next. Yes. Sender. Who should be the sender to this? Okay. So this is the next transaction. The next transaction I want to take out this manager. So scenario. Let's take from. I want to check out something. Let's play off. Oh my god, this guy, the sender. Not tried it. Not tried flexibility. Why do not so let's say the next person performing this transaction is this. I want to take from the sender. Very good. What do you want to take from the sender? We're going to specify it as a type. So sorry, bank. Then we want to take this. Yeah, very simple. Take it in here, comment this out. I like it easy that way. So with this, we've gotten manager cap. Right, cap this way. So we've gotten the manager cap. Very easy. So since we've gotten the manager cap now, what do we want to do next now? Yeah, according to this, we just need to, yeah, if it is in here, it's fine. If it is not, it's going to blow up. So if this object is not in here, it's going to blow up. You can actually test that, right? It's something else. Um, after this passes, we'll try to test it out with the loan cap. So we'll just run a test by taking out the loan cap from an address that doesn't have it. It's going to complain, it's going to fail. So we're sending it back. So we do test scenario. So return to sender. Um, also return to sender. Let me return to address. Ouch. That's feasible. So I did there. Let me this be feasible. It will be feasible, definitely. It will be feasible. It's obviously obvious that it's going to be feasible because this is the address now. Let me see if it is consistent. I mean, what the API Sui has is consistent because this is the address I took it from, even though it's sender. The sender is the address, so this works. So let's just do this ManagerCap and close it off this way. Next thing we want to do is scenario end. I think that I ended it. Yeah, I adjusted everything. Xt contain. Why did I get this out? I got it out because I needed it to create this. So, oh, my life is misbehaving. Let's leave it focus. So I needed this X to create a manager cap. So once I'm done, it's expected of me that I return it back. And it has to happen, everything has to happen in this transaction, right? So test scenario again, return. I have to return it to the sender. Yes. Now this is, it should be decent. Invalid argument parameter scenario. Let's see, because it needs to just read the scenario this way. Yeah, so Move tests, all our testing. Want to test this, right? Create manager. Um, let's go. Hmm. Didn't pass. It failed. Um, invalid private transfer call. Transfer manager cap unbound. Yeah. Oh, come on. Ah, manager has a store. Okay. That's how it's store, man. Transfer. Is a still being called object. Tran unbound. One was two. Okay. Seen the fourth. Yeah. Save that. Let's run again. Mhm, mhm. Okay, pass now. So this implies that C is consistent. Yeah, very cool. Very sweet. I like it. So yeah, this system worked too. So we've been able to test for creation of ManagerCap and init, and also yeah, init that creates the CFOCap. The next thing we want to do is to test out how we can create long cap, right? That's the next function. Or we can look at create an account. Then let me show you based on what we discussed earlier, or what I said about the loan cap. So let me do a demo to show you what happens. Like to it's just a proof to tell you why these tests are correct regarding taking out from an address an object that it has. So let's consider a situation when we expect it to fail. And this trying to use this though this video is not about writing tests, but there are some cases where you write tests, expect them to fail, right? So I had it already in mind to write a test and it will just fail, but that's not an ideal way of writing tests. All your tests should pass. So there are test cases that should fail. So that's what I want to do now. So I want to test an address and see if it has a loan cap. Definitely, if I have an address in Sui and I want to use this protocol to, you apply for loan and I don't have a loan cap. So it is expected that there's a loan cap in my address. So tests for loan cap. So expect fail. Let's look at it. There's some. Let's see here. Yeah, expect failures. Expect this. So expected failure arithmetic no. Expected out of gas no. Expected vector minus no. Just expect failure. So if we do this is generic, and I think this is what I would want to do because right now I don't know what is going to be the abort code for um abort code when the move compiler checks um an address for checks for an object and it's not present. It's supposed to abort it because it's an assertion. But then I don't know what it is, so I'm just going to give it a generic expect failure, right? It's going to fail, so but then we're going to give it a generic expect failure. So test expected failure. So what we want is a CTX, then a CTS. Yes. So let's meet CTX. Then sender. So let's now. Okay, let's just be humble. Do something. So all right. So once it gets lookup from an account that doesn't have a lookup. Yes, excuse me. So taking take it from sender. So I don't know. That's right. See, from sender the bank. You see, lookup. So taking from lookup, it's going to complain. So the normal route is to send it back. So scenario return. So to send it. Yeah, some people will be saying, why don't you just comment this out? This is a quantity, right? And an asset, right? It has an ID and it's considered as a value, so it cannot be left lingering in the contract. It has to be sent away. So that's why I'm doing that. Then I think that's end. I think that's the whole thing. So this is expected to error out. It's supposed to error out because we don't have this. So all I want to do now is to just test that and get happy. So testing just this. Oh. Supposed to fail. Yeah, as you can see, it passed because it's expected to fail. So So this is a proof that this test is actually ideal. Um, the one is, don't worry, it's never used. Yeah, that's true. It's never used mutatively, so I have to take it off. But then what I can do here now is to allow you to see um the ugly guy. That's the error. So let's see how it looks ugly. It's going to complain, say, hey, that test will not fly because there's something wrong there. So it's, you see, I wish I know the assert code. So if I know the assert code for um it's empty inventory, that's the inventory of the address assumed to be in an inventory of the address doesn't have a loan cap. I know what this code is. I can seamlessly use this to handle it because this is an assert, not that, not quite that. Yeah, that should do that too because it's an abort. It aborted actually, so we can use that abort to handle it. So what's the code for that? Let me see. Hmm, supposed to tell us the code. Test failure. Um, oh no. Yeah, code three. Code three. You see, it's telling us code three, so we can um take care of that by using this. So what we just need is expected failure, then tell it is an abort code. So expected failure, what um three. Yeah. So it looks at that and let me see. Yeah. Yep. So but then not knowing what it is that is the code for their bot, just use on the spec and it's fine. So our functions are quite healthy because they're doing their job. Those are actually very trivial functions. But then I wouldn't be covering all of it, so it will be easy for you to like digest a little of what I've explained. Like, but then I'll do for the test. We're going to conduct the test for create pool. Interesting. I'd like to do that like now. So create manager cap. We've tested that. Let's go sequentially. Then create pool. So transform manager cap. Okay, no, I just wrote this. So create pool. Yeah, interesting. This is what I want to do next. So we want to create pool, pass in this, give the pool name. So how do we know that we've created the pool? After the creation, we check the name of the pool. So um let's test create pool. Yes, let's test create pool. Function, let's create pool. Interesting. Now, cool. So as usual, we have ctx tx context. So this and want sender tx.sender. Yes, on mid scenario to test scenario, then gonna begin this sender, gonna begin the transaction, and the first thing we want to do is to create a manager, right? So now yeah, it's more like a minor of integration test I'm bringing in here. Interesting. See if this guy works. Okay, slide this up back. Okay, so yeah, that's what I want to do now. So I'm kind of a lazy guy implementing some stuff, so just go over it again. Man, mm, let me just copy this. Just copy this. Mm. Yeah, so this tells me that the CFOCap has been sent to the first guy creating the transaction, this that created this transaction. So next scenario dot next tx sender is gonna be the next sender, it's still the sender. So what I want to do next is to get CFO, let me just call it X, right? CFO cap. I've already said that in my mouth. I don't, just because I'm going to like push this code so everybody gets it. So yeah, I'm going to get this out with scenario. Two things why I always use scenario to get assets, because it is the real simulation of the transaction. Then I use the actual text itself to return it, because I'm taking it out from, right, the scenario back to whoever owns the object. Okay, so take from sender, and then what I want from sender bank is the CFOCap this way. So the sender is okay. Won't put anything there. Then I have this now, so I can proceed to call the create pool. Oh, cool, fantastic. So now the good thing is this create pool is I have to add a type, right? I can use, let's call this a type for USDC, or can create our custom type, but let's be friendly. So what we want to do now is so I want to call it, sorry, bank create pool. Yeah, now this is going to take X as per read now, and this is going to take a type. So ES ES E C. I'm supposed to get this one time like that, and the test here is C. Try to remember. Okay, hold on. I think it's supposed to be in here. Hmm. Intelligence. Let me check. Hmm. It has been added. Cool. Tokens. Hmm. Token tests. Ah, I know. Yes, this is somewhere in here. Fine. Hmm. Okay. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. Okay. Yes, you see. I saw you. It's been a while. Saw it and wanted to use it then. Hmm. Hey, let me check. Hmm. It's supposed to be somewhere. It's going to be somewhere. It's very sure. Ouch. Not here. It's somewhere. Bridge. Yeah. How come? Do you remember? Let me check. Bridge. Yes. Come on. It's been taken off. Why? Check the standard library. No bridge. Wow. Let me see. Look. Come on. Come on. Oh man. Okay. Let me try this out. Let me try this out. Hmm. I never needed this. Can't take it off now. Mm-hmm. And yeah, can close this. Um, can comment this out. No. Fine, let me build and see what I get. The build's supposed to like pull whatever I've updated in here. So let's see. Environment has been changed. Yeah. So supposed to like build. Oh man, come on. Taking like forever. But in the meantime, just quick explanation. So okay, did cool. Now stablecoin blah blah blah. Let's just go back and review the APIs. So we now have more dependencies. So stablecoin, stable move, woo, stable move. Okay, so here's this is my concern, and yeah, this is what I want. This just have a job, anti-witness struct for this coin. Cool. Okay, so I will just go here and is it. So here you see um here you see here you see here you see um ESDC. So yeah, that's how I want to use it because I want to create a kind of type of this. Then I have to pass in a name. So let's look at the type you pass in you for the name. The name is a string. Ouch. Um, let's just take this away. Mm, let's just leave it out. So name um Sui Gold, right? Okay. Sui Gold string. It's gonna be B. Yeah. So with this string next is TX. That it. Oh, seamless. Cool. Okay. Mm, I have a name already. And yeah. So this will be not be sent to any address. Instead, it's sent to the global storage, right? As a shared object instead. So there is some problem. Yeah. So that's fixed now. Then the next transaction scenario the next tx sender. Yeah. So next transaction, what we want to do now, to get and check it against this name, right? So when it gets the pull back, gets pull um, test scenario that return from, let's hold on a bit. We're going to return from a shared storage now, right now, not from personal address or sender anymore. I'm just waiting for the intelligence to like get everything up. Move. Very far. Okay. This scenario. Mm, yeah. Return from this. Mm, type. Oh, come on. Come on. Type. Type of the pool is going to be pool. So sorry. Bank pool. Yes. Um. USDC. USD. USDC. Yeah. And I have to pass in this. Just in my head it's now. Passing type. Why? Let me to. I don't know it's passing. Wow. Take it off. Come on. You see the argument again. Don't see it to it is going to be okay. Hmm. Wait. Oh, I'm taking. Mistake. Sorry. Taking. Take from, yeah. It's intelligence. Take. Take. Taking from shared. Uh, Let me see. This, yeah, it has to be red. Okay. And it has a type, obviously. Yeah. Its type is this. Yeah. So with this, I've gotten the pool. then I have to check the name. So assert um gets full dot name. Let me check something. Make sure it's name. It's I can actually use name or I can use balance. Right now the full balance is 0. That's another fast way to do it. Hmm. Tons of gas. Yeah, we are writing test, so no gas. I mean, the best way is actually to compare the name. Yes, that's the best way. If there's a way we can actually compare it against type, it would be cool. We've already gotten it by type. So the next thing is to check the name. That is if we make sure that there's uniqueness. That's another thing we need to implement probably in the next video because there's supposed to be a check to see that this kind of pool with this type doesn't already exist. So it should just be a pool with this name and this type. Only it exists. There shouldn't be another pool again with this type and this name. There's no check like that. So we're going to implement a function that does that and have a shared object that stores all those information. It's very important because this test just showed me that there can be more than one. The only disparity is just going to be the address to the of the shared object actually. So yeah. Yeah, of type, have the same type, have the same name. Yes, yes. Uniqueness is there, yes. Come on. So so we can just take this. This should work directly in here. Not tried it before. See it just playing around with things. Then if this passes, this number is not going to throw. So asserting that this is equal to this is equal to this. If it's not, let's give out a warning. Okay, excuse me. So, um, so we want to do this. What? Okay. Um, it does not exist. Mm, Man, just like writing a commit. Why that problem? Okay, so call this 1000, right? And we just chuck it in here. Okay. hmm Yeah. So this proof taking it out, you have to return it. Invalid access field name can only be accessed. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Else if this is I like this issue now. So this is one of the beautiful thing with the Sui network or the Sui infrastructure. If you can access the attribute of a shared object outside the model, man, there's going to be a lot of hacks. Going to be a lot of hacks. So the only thing I can do is expose this name, write a read function here. So I just let's try. I need to control something. Within some functions I wrote that like this has to be for just this package. Yes, it has to be. just a package. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it doesn't affect anything. Then yes, it has to be for this package because it's for test purpose. So I'll go back. I'll write a function to expose the pool's name. Right. So package. So pool so we're just reading from the pool um see need to yeah so then yeah okay so yeah so we'll return a string here the string string just that way. So we take the pool the name. I think this that's just it. Unexpected get what? Okay, yes, they're right. Yeah, cool. Should go. Yeah. So instead of doing this, it's going to be this way, a bit bulky. Sorry. Now bank. Um, just look that again. So yeah, this and it has a type. How is it called? See, see, yeah, you see. I think that's how I call it. And take this off. Since I'm just passing get, it already has that type, so I shouldn't stress with that. So, but then I'm just passing in a reference, not the actual value. So now this is supposed to assert, um, this is supposed to assert, right? Um, assert. So this asserts for me and look up the pool and say, hey, okay, this is the name, this is not the name. If it's not the name, complain. If it is, it moves on. Then the next transaction scenario, um that next TX. So sender, yeah, yes. So what do we want to do the next TX? We have to send this back. We took it out. There's a value in here. We have to like after this insertion, we have to send it back. So I don't we have to finish it in that same transaction. So that's what's going to happen. So you have um so test scenario what happens here? Return, yeah, yes, return to don't know how this is slow. Okay, now this is scenario seamlessly here. Is that good? Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Intelligence, please help me. Return to shared. Thank you. So get pull or return get pull. And after return get pull, let's end on that. End your thing. Um, let's end it. Mhm. So I'm gonna run the test. But then we're testing this. Okay, I see. Text to contain a value. Yes, you have to return it. Right. Don't send a scenario non-cap. Mhm. Next. Any other person having a value, let's know now. Otherwise, with your piece. Ha ha ha. Okay. Hmm, That's been satisfied. Okay. So want to test this now. Yeah. Oh, testing this. Yeah, it's okay. Like it's okay. So far we've been able to test all this up until the crate pool is working. So in the next video we'll be testing for create account, deposit, withdraw, create loan cap. Then yeah, I think that'll be it. Thank you for staying up to this point of the video. Hope this helps you to understand how test case flows works in Sui blockchain. And yeah, not really the testers like that, but um understand that there are certain things traditionally that can be implemented here. And the infrastructure is very much designed for it. Right, guys. Thank you. Peace.